you know what? When you play cowboy chords all the time, when you're a beginner, when you play, or anyone, when you play cowboy chords, and that's all you play, it can get kind of boring. Well, you know what? Let's spice it up. All it takes to spice up a cowboy chord is a finger. So coming up. Hey everyone, Paul here, PZ Guitar, your virtual practice partner. And today's going to be a little different, a little bit different of a thing. I have a bunch of ideas here about cowboy chords. What are cowboy chords? Cowboy chords are those open string chords that you play at this end of the fretboard. Your C, your D, your A, your E, and your D minor, your D7, your B7, all those things that have open strings. Those are common, and they're played down here in this first position. Those are cowboy chords, and there's nothing wrong with cowboy chords. They're a great way to play. It's very forgiving down at this end of the fretboard, and but you know what? Just to keep on droning on the same old C chord. You know what? Sometimes all you got to do. So there's ways of adding a little bit of sonic interest to your chords. And so that's what today's lesson and exercise is all about, spicing up your cowboy chords. And generally it's going to be like taking away a finger and adding a pinky. That's typically out of 3 out of the 4 things, that's what we're doing here. So let's get right to the lesson. I'm going to put this documentation into a PDF file that you will be able to download, and that way you can have it and put it into your PZ Guitar library, because putting just the little things on the screen is fine, and doing screen grabs is fine, but you know what? Nothing beats a real live PDF file that you can print and have a full size of. So let's get ready, and remember the link is going to be in the description for the file. So let's start up our lesson here. So our strumming pattern is going to be down, up, down, up, down, up. So again. So that's our strumming pattern. We've done that strumming pattern before. So, but let's start off with, we're going from a C, and so it's down, up, down on the C. We take our index finger off and change that C to a C major 7. So on that up strum, so again, that's, let's do that again. I'll do it one more time here. And then we put our pinky down on the B string, 3rd fret, to make a C9 chord, an extension. And then on that up strum, we get rid of the pinky, put our index finger back to get back to the C chord. So let's do that sequence together as my foot's falling asleep here. Okay, now let's do something similar for the A minor chord. So coming up on A minor. So again, A minor, and on that up strum, take your finger off. And now put your pinky down on the B string, 3rd fret. And go back to the A minor chord. Let's do that again. Okay, so now let's keep our index finger down, put our 2nd finger down on on the G string, third finger on the D string, and make an F major 7. This is already a major 7. And now we take our index finger off again. So that's called an F major 7 sharp 4 or F major 7 sharp 11. It's an extension, okay? It's a big, long name. It's easy to play. Put your pinky down on the B string, and then put your finger, and then put your index finger back to make the F major 7 again. So let's do that. Let's do that whole F section again. Okay, now we do our 4-finger G chord, our big boy G. And then as we do that up strum, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my index finger off again, and I'm going to mute the A string with that finger. So I'm muting that string. I'm muting the string. So it's... And now I put that index finger back down on the D string for a G6 chord, and then off again. So from the top there, that's... When I play this chord here with the 3rd fret and then mute, open, open, 3, 3, that's a G5 chord. There's no 3rd there. There's no major. There's no minor. So it's kind of like an agnostic chord. It could it could act as a, if you want to play a G minor chord but you don't know how to do it or how to go, you can play a power chord. And you know what? That will work in a pinch. That's what power chords can help a beginner there. So go through that. Go play this slowly. C major 7, C9, C, A minor, A minor sus 2, A minor sus 4, A minor, F major 7. Do the extension sharp 4. Do an F major 6. Do a G chord, do the G5, do a G6, do that and do that around and around and around. And when you get ready to when you're ready to call it a day, hit that C chord for a whole note, and that's it. Hey, stick around for some tips and the recap. Everyone, thank you so much for sticking around and just spicing up the cowboy strumming. You know what? It's really it's kind of a nice little technique to be able to add some sonic interest. And one of the things that I'm really doing here that that I tried to sneak in is hammer-ons and pull-offs. I didn't do any pull-offs here today, but when you are playing that C chord. You know what? You don't have to limit yourself to the index finger. You can do the middle finger. It's kind of a nice little thing to do. Leave a comment. I'm digging your comments here, things that you want to learn, things that you have questions about, things that are giving you issues, things that you'd like to see, things that you'd like to practice. Put them in the comments. I try to answer every one. It's getting harder because actually the channel is growing, thanks to you. Thank you. But I will put through as much effort as I possibly can to answer your questions, to make this worthwhile for both of us, because I want you to be able to practice with somebody, as opposed to just, like the akin of a tennis player hitting against the wall. Hopefully you can learn some things, get some better, move on, and do more and more sophisticated things. But until then, I want you to keep practicing, and I'll see you soon.